Joining us now to talk more about all of that is CPA and market analyst Dan Geltrude. Dan, great to see you. Welcome to the conversation. First of all, Liz and I both love this idea of the stockpile of rare earth. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Look, to have a 60-day reserve for emergency purposes is really a brilliant thing. Why wouldn't we do this? We see this as an area that China is dominating, and it makes us vulnerable. So I'm glad to see that the president is jumping out in front of this and getting something done.
So we got to talk about a deal with India, another trade deal the president announced yesterday. The U.S. will cut tariffs on Indian goods to 18%. That's down from 25% in exchange for India halting further purchases of Russian oil. New Delhi will buy up more oil from the United States and potentially Venezuela. President Trump writes on Truth Social after a call with Prime Minister Modi, quote, the Prime Minister also committed to buy American at a much higher level, in addition to the more than $500 billion of U.S. energy, technology, agricultural, coal, and many other products. Dan, your thoughts?
Well, President Trump was referring to the Ukraine war as Modi's war because he felt with India buying Russian oil was really problematic. So he's been really, really tough on India. Now, listen, India is key, in my view, related to geopolitics. Why? Because they're a huge offset to China. You know, an agreement between the United States and India is only going to strengthen our country. And again, everything that we're dealing with right now has to do with China. And I really believe India is a key component.
Yeah. By the way, I spoke with someone, leadership in the military last week. He said, Maria, watch in the next 3 weeks. We're going to have serious progress on the Ukraine-Russia war. I hadn't heard that before, so I was really happy to hear that. Real quick, how many days away are we to April 15th, tax day? Any tips you want to give us this morning in terms of what we need to know about our taxes this year?
Well, look, here's the big news related to our taxes. Get them filed right away because we're going to be getting more refunds, right? If we didn't have the big, beautiful bill and the 2017 tax cuts would have expired, well, listen, that wouldn't be a good thing. And I think it's a great thing to fuel the economy. More money in people's pockets is exactly what we need.
Well, what I'm asking is there anything different that we need to be aware of? We've got the big, beautiful bill and all of those tax code changes. So is there anything you want to tell us in terms of people remembering to include in their taxes going into this?
Well, look, it's really the key thing here is really to be adjusting your withholdings. There hasn't been a lot of changes related to the tax rules.
Okay.
But what really needs to happen is don't let the government hold on to your money.
Yeah, big point there. Such a great point.
And Mike, just a point to what you were saying about having these data centers out in space. Elon Musk says that this is a long-term play. Why? There's not enough global electricity. We have to go to the next frontier.
Absolutely. It's gone from an AI race to a power race, and that's so important. Dan, great to get your take on all of that. Thanks so much. Stay with us. We'll be right back.